Hey guys, We're back again. I have been using the Galaxy S23 for 6 weeks, and here is my full review. So the S23 is the smallest member of the S23 family, but it is just as powerful as its bigger brothers. You're getting premium specs, an excellent battery, and a pretty decent camera, making the S23 one of the best compact Android phones that you can buy today. In general, the best features of the S23 is just the fact that it is smaller and more portable, really easy to take in and out of the pocket, and using it on a day-to-day basis, I never feel like I'm gonna drop it. So I personally feel like it is the perfect form factor. Anytime I use the Note or the Pro phones, it always feels just a little bit too big and hard to use. With the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, you're getting one of the most powerful chips in the Android market today. This results in excellent battery life and just smooth performance all around, whether you are recording videos, taking photos at the same time, switching between different camera lenses in the middle of recording. You can also do screen recording and regular camera recording at the same time, and you can also play all different types of games. So the S23, you can pretty much do any of that without batting an eye. It also is a pretty decent phone just for editing videos if you are into that. I have edited quite a few videos using just the phone app itself. My personal favorite app is UCut Video Editor. So since I've been on vacation in Hawaii, I've been utilizing the apps to edit my videos. Just due to the fact that I don't always have time to sit in front of a computer and record a long video, and the S23 can handle that just fine. In general, the S23 have a pretty decent camera as long as you're taking pictures of subjects that are far away. Whether you're doing an ultra wide angle, regular photo, you can do ultra wide videos and close-up videos as well. But once you do super close-up photos, it does get a little bit wonky due to the fact that it does have the bigger lens. And in my earlier videos, I believe on day 19, you will see I took a bunch of different pictures, and you will notice that if you take close-up pictures, the edges tend to be blurry. For whatever reason, it is a banana shape. The majority of the picture will be focused, but the edges may look a little bit out of whack. I'm not sure why it only impacts the small S23 and the S23 Plus. The Ultra one works just fine though. I think the Ultra just in general has the better camera. So if you do take a lot of macro photos, just be aware that the edges can get blurry. But you can try to reduce this issue by taking pictures further away. So did want to point that out, and for you to be mindful of that when selecting the S23. But night videos are good, night photos are great as well. I took this phone on a vacation to Hawaii, got a lot of decent footages, anywhere from panorama. It has so many cool features that you can use: super slow-mo, hyperlapse, the single shot mode where you can just record a 10 to 15 seconds clip, and then it'll generate you a bunch of interesting clips that you can use. It even adds music in it for you as well. So lots to like about the S23. $800 is a little bit pricey. I wish it was $700, but when you're comparing it to its older brothers, the Plus model comes in at $1,000, and then the Ultra model comes in at $1,200. It is a bargain in that respect. And when you're comparing it to other phones in this range, such as the Pixel 7 at $600, or even the OnePlus 11 at $700, those other phones, they do cut corners, such as the OnePlus 10, such as the OnePlus 11. They don't have wireless charging, and it only has IP68 water resistant, and the camera is not as good as the Galaxy camera. And with the Pixel 7, even though it is an excellent phone and a great chip, the battery life and performance is nowhere as good as the Galaxy S23. So you do gotta make some sacrifices there despite those other two phones being bigger than the S23. You just gotta pick what you value most in the phone. One downside with the S23 is the 25 watt fast charging. It is slower than its big brothers that offer the 45 watt fast charging. A little bit of a bummer there, but not that big of a deal. On a day-to-day basis, it should last you the whole day just fine. I typically get about 12 hours of battery life on this phone and 3 to 4 hours of screen on time, because that is based on my usage. But depending on how you tinker with the screen on time, it is a wonky number. You can mess around with it and get super high screen on time, but it is not always accurate in terms of how you actually use your phone on a day-to-day basis. On a day where I had my 9 hours of screen on time, I basically just left my phone there for testing purposes. I turned on Pokemon Go and just left it in the background the whole day. Eventually the screen does dim down on its own, and then technically that counts as the screen being on. So it took about 10 hours for it to be completely drained, but that's how you can get high screen on time. But with the screen off time and just overall idle battery, it all depends on how you use your phone. But like I said, on an average day I get 12 to 13 hours, which is more than enough. And if I use it less, I can bump anywhere from 16 hours to 20 hours. So it really all depends. And if you are at work and have a wireless charger like myself, you can just plop it on there and not even worry about battery life. So it all depends on your lifestyle and how you use your phone. The S23 is super perfect for people with smaller hands. I don't have the smallest hands myself, but it is a great form factor for me. I do a lot of photographies and shooting videos, and it is so much easier to hold the S23 in a hand and record long videos compared to holding the Ultra. That does get really heavy really fast. But with the 6.1 inch display on the S23, it is a great phone for people who are looking for a phone that is easy to use with one hand. In a sense, it is not that small because you still need to tip the phone over if you want to touch the top of the screen. So it is smaller than the other phones, but it's technically not that small. Although with the Pixel 7 at $600 you get a larger display at 6.3 inches, and even the OnePlus 11 you can get a 6.7 inch display at a lower price. So it depends on the screen size of phone that you want. But with the 1750 nits on the S23, I never have any issue with viewing this phone in the bright sun of Hawaii or even at home. So Samsung still makes one of the best display, so no doubt you're gonna be fine there. And bringing this phone on a vacation has been a pretty decent experience for me. I just use it like I normally would. Take a lot of photos and videos throughout the day, and when I'm at a coffee break or just eating lunch, I can just plug it in to charge. And by the time I get back to the hotel, I always have enough battery, and I always have a portable battery pack, so whenever I'm eating I can just pull it out. Never really have any issues there, and overall it just does work for me. But at the end of the day, you're getting a small and mighty phone that offers pretty much all the features of the S23 Plus at $200 less. The only thing that's really missing compared to the Ultra is the 200 megapixel camera, but you don't really need the 100x zoom and anything like that on a day-to-day basis. So despite the weird close-up blurriness camera issue, I would still recommend the S23 as one of my most favorite phones so far in 2023. Just for its price range, what it has to offer, the powerful chip, a good pocket size friendly phone, strong performance, good battery life. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with it. Gonna continue to use this phone in my trip in Hawaii, and then I'll post daily videos as well. So make sure to check those out if you haven't already. Thanks for watching guys, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.